A question reads what? That a girl is standing on a moving skateboard. She pushes backwards on the ground at intervals as shown in the graph. Now, the question asks how much kinetic energy is gained by the girl during the period represented on the graph, and frictional forces are negligible. We don't have initial velocity, final velocity, time, mass, so we can't use the formula force is mass times acceleration. But there is one concept that we know, that whenever force is a variable, as in this case you can see right here, the force is variable, right Aditya? This is a variable force because it acts only for these 5 meters. It increases to 80 Newton, falls down. Then she continues moving. Then again in the next interval of 5 meters, again the force goes up, comes down. And again the force goes up and comes down. So this is the case of a variable force. And when the force is variable, we say that the work done, therefore, work done is given by the area under the curve. Do you remember that? You have done that in the topic of work, energy and forces. Because this is the case of a variable force, because your force goes up and down, then again goes up and down. So it is a variable force and hence the work done will be given by the area under the curve. I hope you remember that from the topic of forces and work and energy, that when you have a variable force, see when the force is constant, we simply say work done is force into distance. But if the work done, if the force is variable one, we can't just apply force into distance. We have to apply work done is area under the curve. And now how much will be the area under the curve? One is this portion. Then we have another peak. And then we have another peak. So basically we just need to find the area of these 3 peaks. So what shall we do? We'll find the area of each peak, because as you can see these are triangles. So area of each peak is equal to half times base times height, that is half times base. Base of each triangle is 5 units, 5 meters, times the height. Each time the force rises up to a height of 80 newtons. So 40. We get 200 as the area of one peak. And this is going to represent the work done. So 200 joules. Now area of each peak is 200 joules. So therefore area of 3 peaks will be how much?
600.
600 joules. And I hope from the chapter of work and energy, you remember that work done provides the kinetic energy. So question here was how much kinetic energy is gained by the girl during this period. I would say therefore the kinetic energy gained by the girl is basically equal to the work done by this force, by the rather variable force. So therefore kinetic energy is also equal to 600 joules. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it now.